Here's a long-awaited and needed redo video of the 1914 Century S-3 stationary fan. The quality of that video was quite poor. It was quite old, filmed on a camera that was about 15 years old today, and in a setup I no longer use, so it was definitely time. When that video was made, we, at least in the collector community, had thought that Century began making the S-3 in 1912 and began making fans in 1908, which is completely wrong. Century didn't really release fans till 1911, 1912, and the S4 didn't hit the market until 1914. This is a very early S4. It maintained a very similar design till the very end, even from the S4s, but they're pretty similar in a lot of ways, especially the stationaries. Here's the early style tag, even seen some of the late S4s. You see there is no model. It's not a model 14 or 15. There's no space for that on the tag. There's no 1914 patent date. It's got 1, 2, 3, and there's a fourth here. Through bolts for the motor. It's got the brass oilers with the little spring-loaded doodad. These are all signs that it's an earlier one. The only thing that makes it even has the earlier style rotor. And here we can turn it around. You can see these square holes. A lot of the earlier ones have this rotor. It is not centrifugal start, sadly. But you can see the brass is darkened a little bit in its time. You know, when that video was filmed, this fan was probably about 100 years old. And now it is 106 years old. Let's still put it on the high speed. Still runs good. Century never kept a very old look to most of their fans. They quit making the S-3 in 1922, we believe. The best way to check is the sticker. There's an information sticker down on the base plate on the inside, and that will tell you the approximate age anyway. The switch is a little touchy. It's the second speed. There is a lot of similarity. The blades still need a little bit of balancing, but it's really nothing to worry about. And there's the fourth speed. Last speed. Most of these Centuries have very little speed change. Have a lot of fans. It's a nice early fan, and in pretty nice condition. We'll let it come down to a stop. It's definitely nice to be able to see this fan in a much better quality video here. Alright, here it is. 1914 Century S-3 Skeletal, stationary only.